Let's talk about C++, the language that's like C's overachieving and slightly chaotic cousin. A lot of folks side-eye C++ when compared to its no-nonsense parent C. Is C++ secretly a hot mess, and should you even bother learning it? Buckle up because this is gonna be a ride. Back in 1979, Bjarne Stroustrup was like, you know what C needs? More drama. Just kidding, he actually wanted a language where you could write code that was both efficient, fast as lightning, and also elegant, pretty enough to show off. Most languages make you pick one or the other, but C++ said, why not both? Since then, C++ has grown a lot, but it's stuck to 3 golden rules. No language beneath it except assembly C++ should let you control the hardware as much as possible. Let me explain you. C++ does not hide low-level details from you. If you want to, you can write code that's as close to the machine as assembly language. Unlike languages like Python or Java, which run in a virtual machine or interpreter, C++ compiles directly to machine code. For example, in Python, you just write x equals 5 and the interpreter handles memory. In C++, you can decide where x lives, stack, heap, and how it's stored. You only pay for what you use. If you don't use a feature, it should not slow you down. C++ doesn't force overhead. If you write simple C-style code, it runs as fast as C. If you use advanced features like classes, templates, or exceptions, then you deal with their costs. Example, in Java, every object has runtime type info, even if you don't need it. In C++, RT type info is optional. You only pay for it if you use dynamic cast or type ID. High-level abstractions come at near zero cost. Fancy features should be as fast as handwritten low-level code. Things like classes, templates, and lambdas should compile down to code that's just as efficient as if you wrote it in C. The compiler does heavy optimization to remove abstraction overhead. A for auto and x container loop in C++ compiles to the same machine code as a manual C-style loop. A well-written C++ template like std sort often runs faster than a hand-coded C version because the compiler optimizes it aggressively. Let's talk about the difference between C and C++. In C, structs are just memory with a fancy layout. In C++, objects come with methods, constructors, destructors, and public drama, like a soap opera for your RAM. Way sounds reasonable, right? Well, not everyone's a fan. Even big names like Linus Torvalds have thrown shade. His take, C++ doesn't fix C's problems, it makes them worse. This language is a dumpster fire. C makes it easy to shoot yourself in the foot, and C++ makes it harder. But when you do, it blows your whole leg off. Because with great power comes great complexity. In C, errors are like, can't dereference a non-pointer. In C++, errors look like template instantiation failed because std vector is not a valid type. Templates? Cool in theory, but they let you write code so convoluted, even you won't understand it next week. Some features are like giving a toddler a flamethrower, fun, but dangerous. C++ is a walking contradiction. It lets you use raw pointers, hello, char, chaos, but the community will judge you for it. It's like ordering a salad with a side of deep-fried butter. Technically allowed, but why? So now the question is, should you learn C++? Yes, absolutely, but with caveats. If you're a beginner, start with C. Learn memory management and program structure first. Then, when you're ready, let C++ sprinkle some abstractions on top. Don't use features just because they're there. Syntactic sugar is tempting, but too much and your code becomes a diabetes-inducing mess. C++ is powerful, messy, and kind of glory. It's not perfect, but what is? Just don't blame it when your leg gets blown off. C++ is like a chainsaw, insanely powerful in the right hands, but you will lose a finger if you're careless. Respect it, and it'll make you unstoppable. Now over to you. Love it or hate it, drop your hottest C++ take below. Let's start a war in the comments.